social media. Two things that are incredibly important when you are building your coaching business. So let's start with branding you. One of the mistakes that a lot of coaches, myself included, make when they're first beginning is that they try to mimic other top coaches. Now, should you be following other top coaches? Yes, absolutely you should, because it's going to give you an opportunity to see how they've created the successful business that they have. Obviously, they have it figured out. So you can see what they post and when they post and how they do their invites. And you can learn from that and put some of it to use. Absolutely, that is good. The mistake lies when we then try to be them because we think, well, they're successful and people want to join them. So if I am like that coach, then people are going to want to join me. And that does not work for multiple reasons. One, you're going to end up pretending to be somebody that you're not. So you're going to attract people that are not like you. You're going to attract people like the person you're pretending to be, which means you're going to have a hard time connecting with those people. And that is not what we want. We're building a business of building relationships, of connections, and of friendships. And if it's false or if it's forced because we're not really being ourselves, that's not going to work. You're going to burn yourself out because you're not being yourself, and you can only act like somebody else or put on a charade for so long before you get burnt out and it becomes a chore to you. It's not fun because you're not sharing your journey. You're not being your authentic self. You're acting all the time and acting, pretending to be somebody else that you're not. Now, I know your heart would be in the right spot, that it's not about trying to trick somebody. You're excited to grow your business and you want to be successful. And so you're trying to do what everybody else is doing in order to create that. The basic fundamentals are where you do want to be like everybody else, because that's why we've created, or Beachbody created, the 4 vital behaviors, because those are key components to building your business. If you do those every day, but putting your own personal spin on it and creating your own journey, you're going to find success. It's not about personality. It's about the basics. We don't have to reinvent the wheel. That's been done for us. We have to learn and we have to implement, but we have to be ourselves. So don't burn yourself out, because what happens is then 6 months down the road, a year down the road, 2 years down the road, you'll either find yourself wanting to quit because you just can't do it anymore, or you then start being yourself, and all these people that are now following you and that you've been connecting with are going to be confused and they're going to be lost because they're going to, who is this person? This isn't the person that I've gotten to know. This isn't the person I've been following. Could you recreate your business at that point? Sure, absolutely you could. But it's going to take a lot of time because it's going to put you steps and steps backwards. You're going to lose all that momentum that you've created and have to start over from ground zero. And we don't want to do that. So I'm hoping that I can catch you in the beginning before you get into that habit, because it definitely took me a while. There were ways I was being myself, but there were ways that I was not, that I was thinking, okay, if I do XYZ, then I'm going to be successful. And so for me, actually, what I had to do was I had to stop following those other top coaches that I found myself comparing myself to and unconsciously copying in certain ways. And there are people that go so far as they literally like copy and paste other coaches' content. And you guys, that's not okay. Not because we're not here to support each other and share, but for this very reason that I'm talking about. It's not you. So you can look at other coaches just to see how they do things, but let that be where it stops. You want to be you, and that's one of the most beautiful things about this business, and that attracted me in the beginning, although I didn't necessarily follow it for a little while, was that it's not a competition. Because when I was first thinking of signing up, I thought, oh my gosh, there are so many coaches. How am I going to stand out? How am I going to meet people? And then as I learned, it's because I'm connecting with the people that are like me. I'm sure you've heard the phrase, and if you haven't, this will be your first time, and then I promise you'll hear it many more. Your vibe attracts your tribe. And that's so true, because it's being you, it's being your authentic self that attracts people that are like you. And so my best friend is a coach, and she lives in the same town as me. And even though that's the case, it's not a competition. Even though we have so many similarities, and that's why we're best friends, there's areas that we're different. So even though we're in the same community of people, there's no competition because the people that she connects with and bonds with are different than the people that I connect and bond with. There are a lot of the same people, as far as that we know the same circle of people, but it's different because you connect on a personal level different with different people. And so I don't want you to worry about that. I don't want you to look at the number of coaches that are out there. Yes, it will take some creativity and getting yourself out there, but don't worry about who you are. Be proud of who you are. Be proud of what makes you unique. Raise your freak flag high and concentrate on connecting with the people that are like you. One of the ways you can do that is by creating an avatar. An avatar is your ideal coach or customer. And how you create that is you sit down and you think, who is it that I want to connect with? What is it about me that makes me unique that I want to connect with other people on that same level? Excuse me. So for me, I'm a wife. There are lots of wives out there. I'm a mom. There are a lot of moms out there. But I'm a mom to 3 kids. I have 1 preteen and 2 teenagers who are all very busy. They all play sports or dance or 4-H. There's activities going on. And so I literally am running around, excuse me, all the time, to and from school, to and from practices. 3 different kids with 3 different activities means that they all have to be at a different place, probably at the same time is usually how it goes. And so I live a lot in my car during the school year. That's how it goes. So I'm a mom on the go, so I need flexibility. I have a business now that I can work from the comfort of my car while I'm running back and forth or I'm sitting there watching a practice. I have a healthy meal to help me because life is crazy and I'm not here to cook myself at home. Here is what that means. Breakfast and lunch. A lot of the times I'm on the go, so I need a healthy option. Thank you, Shakeology, in order to stay on track. And we are entrepreneurs. So yes, I have a coaching business, but we also have a paving business and we also have a hunting and guiding business. And that's, I mean, so you add that to the plate and it's something else. So I'm one of those moms that's always running around 100 miles a minute. You have people that say, oh, life is busy. My life really is busy, but I love every minute of it. I thrive off of busy. I'm lost without it. So I'm one of those people that say, I don't have room for one more thing on my plate, and then I add one more thing. I love to volunteer. I love kids. So I combine those two, and I spend a lot of time at the school, either working as a substitute teacher, volunteering in the classroom, chaperoning on field trips. I'm on the fundraising committee, and we have a few big fundraisers every year for the school that take a lot of time. Like literally we start in September, and the fundraiser isn't actually until February. And in the meantime, we have another major fundraiser that starts and finishes in the middle of that. So I spend a lot of time there. That is my heart. I lost my mom in January to suicide, and so mental health awareness and suicide prevention has become big for me. I've started a charity there, and that's another focus. Again, one of those things where really I have time for something else. Yes, absolutely I do, because it's a passion of mine. I am passionate. I'm a go-getter. And whatever it is that piques my interest and that speaks to my heart is what's going to get my time. And it feels like my pie doesn't ever get full. Like every time I find something else, it expands a little bit. So I want other moms that are like that, that say, I am so busy, but you know what? I want to do this. I can make time for this. I love shoes and purses like nobody's business. I also like sales. I'm like clearance discount queen, and it drives Jamie nuts, but I've been that way since I was little because I had to start shopping for my own school clothes at the age of 11 years old if I wanted what I wanted and not what my mom could afford. So I started working at a young age to buy my school clothes, and that meant I was a bargain shopper because I wanted to get the most bang for my buck. That hasn't changed. That stuck with me. I love to camp. I love the outdoors. I love the water. I have a desire to garden, yet I have not got started. We built beds almost 3 years ago, and they're still empty, but that's on my list. That's something that I want to do. I love my dog, Lilith, the best lab ever. Trying to think. I love fitness, obviously. That's why I'm in this business, so sharing that part of my journey. I believe in God, and my faith is something that's important to me. And I want other people that are on that same page, so that on my team page, I don't have to worry about sharing a Bible verse or something spiritual, because I don't want to have to worry about offending somebody. When you create this avatar, what you do is you give yourself an audience to speak to, because you do not want to speak to the masses. You won't reach anybody. If you try to reach everybody, you'll reach no one. If you narrow it down, yes, you're narrowing your audience down, but that's what you want, because you really want to resonate and speak to those people, not just be a general public announcement. So when you create that avatar, it helps you to do that. So every post you make will be speaking to that avatar. Now, the cool thing is when you're being your unique self and you're speaking to your avatar, it's really easy peasy lemon squeezy, because you're being you, so you're naturally speaking to those people. You don't really have to think about it. So once you've done that, once you are comfortable in your own skin and you've decided, yes, I am good with who I am, and that's the story I want to share, and you've created your avatar, then you work on your content, your social media content, and when do you post that? So someone, when I was first beginning, gave this piece of advice that was wonderful, because we are supposed to post 3 to 5 times a day on social media. And you always want to make sure it's valuable content. You never want to post to just post. So one of the ways you can make that happen is by picking 3 to 5 things that really speak to your heart, that really represent you. So for me, the top 3 are my faith, my family, and my fitness. So every day I'm going to post about those 3 things. It makes it easy. I'm not scrambling for content on what to post. So with my faith, sometimes it's a Bible verse, or sometimes it is something that I pull out of my personal development. So it's still positive. It's starting the day off on the right foot. So I know every morning, 5 o'clock, my alarm goes off. I grab a cup of coffee. I come down to my office. I read my personal development, and boom, whatever speaks to my heart out of my personal development is my first post for the day. Easy, right? My mind isn't totally functioning that early in the morning. I don't have to think about it. I am always going to post about my fitness journey. That's usually what's next, because during the school year, my kids are at school. And so I'm going to share my journey, the good, the bad, and the ugly, because I want to be real. I don't want people to think I'm this perfect person that eats perfect all the time and exercises every day and never has a bad day. Nope, that's not it. Do I try to be positive all the time? You bet. Do I try to find the silver lining? Absolutely, because life would be pretty down in the dumps if you didn't. There's stuff that happens to us all the time, you guys, and it's how you choose to handle it. That's the way I believe. That really is what makes you. It's not what has happened to you. It's how you choose to handle it. That's what defines you and makes you. So I share that. The days that I'm working out and I'm feeling good, the days that I struggle to push play and I literally waited till the last minute, like I've been up since 5 a.m. and I'm pushing play at 10 p.m. because I just could not make myself do it, but I didn't want to go to bed with regret. Or the days where I was supposed to work out, but I had to listen to my body and I know I needed a rest day. So I'm going to swap it up. Or something came up with my family. This happened with my daughter the other night. She needed me. She needed my time. I had planned on working out after we got home from it was after the first football game, and it just didn't work out. She needed me. It was clear to me. So I had to say, you know what? I'm supposed to rest on Sunday, but I'm going to rest today and then work out on Sunday because my family is my priority. With Shakeology, I drink that every day and I share it, you guys, because it's a lifesaver for me. It helps me with my sweet tooth, which is a crazy constant battle for me, and that's something else I share. My eating is not perfect. I don't have a 6-pack abs because my eating is not perfect. Is it better than it used to be? Absolutely 100%, but do I still have my struggles? Yes, I do, and I share that because I want to connect with other moms that feel that way. If I pretend like I eat perfect all the time and like I have my dream body, I'm not going to connect with those moms. I'm going to connect with other people that then I'm not going to be able to relate to because I'm really not in that spot. So I share what Shakeology has done for me. I have Hashimoto's and hypothyroidism. It's helped me in my journey. It has stabilized that. So I haven't had to have a dose increase in a few years since I've been drinking Shakeology. I had thyroid attacks every 4 to 6 weeks, which were awful and lasted 24 to 48 hours. And drinking Shakeology has pushed those. At first it was 3 months, and then it was 6 months, and then it was 8 months. And I'm almost at a year, knock on wood, since I've had an attack. And it's because of Shakeology, and it's because of committing to exercise programs. So I share that part of my journey. I share that I'm a breakfast skipper, and Shakeology has helped me. It took out the excuse of being busy and my mornings being rushed, so I didn't have time for breakfast. When I can blend up a shake in less than 2 minutes and have a healthy meal, I have zero excuses. And because I got into that habit, now I've gotten to the point where I can have something else for breakfast and then have that for lunch. Or if it's going to be a crazy busy day and I know I'm going to hit an afternoon crash, I will wait and have it in the afternoon as a snack. But I share that information. I share how it's benefited me. I've shared that it's helped me to remain healthy. I've gotten sick with the flu like one time since I've been on Shakeology, and you guys, it lasted like 24 hours. It was not a fun 24 hours, but my body fought it and passed it quickly. And like I said, I'm at the school a lot, so I'm around booger eaters and germs all the time. And knock on wood, I stay healthy. And I know it's because I'm packing my body full of vitamins and minerals. So share that information with people. My family, I love my family. And we are a crazy family. We're a blended family, which adds a whole nother level of craziness to it. And I share that. I share the days that I want to run away because nothing feels like it's going right. I share the days that I'm just head over heels for my kids because they just have been wonderful and we've had the most fun. From sports to homework to, whatever it is, I share all of that because that's my heart. That's what makes me me. I share pictures of my pup. I share pictures of our travel. And, my crazy to-do list is I'm trying to balance 3 kids, 3 businesses, and life in general. So that will help you take care of your content because, as I said before, maybe I didn't, maybe I just thought it. It is better to not post at all than to just post to post. You want it to be valuable content. And one of the ways that you can ensure you always have valuable content, because we will have bad days, we will have days that we're not feeling it, that we're down in the dumps and we're pulling ourselves back up from that. And that's something you'll want to share. We don't want to be negative, but it's okay to be real as long as you put a positive spin to say, my gosh, I'm having such a rough day. Here's what I'm struggling with. But here's what I'm doing to come out of it. Or I'm going to give myself the day to be pouty, and tomorrow morning I have resolved that I'm going to wake up and it's a new day, it's a fresh start, and here we go. So share the positive flip to whatever negative experiences or circumstances you just faced or you're currently facing. But if you read something or you hear something that speaks to your heart, keep a little journal, a little notebook where you can jot that down to use later on so that on those days, at those moments, you have something to reference. Now, if it's a quote, make sure that you give credit to who you heard that from, whether it's a friend, another top coach, a famous author, if it's on a movie, from a song, whatever it is, give credit to where credit is due. That is important. And then make it your own. As you are posting, we recommend that you are not a walking billboard for Beachbody. So you want to make sure that don't use their pictures. Don't use pictures of challenge packs and programs. Use a picture of you doing that workout program. Use a video of you doing that workout program. Post a picture if it's a coaching app of why is it that you want to do this business. For me, it's the freedom with my kids. I'm not so much doing it for the financial freedom because we're okay in that department. I do it because I, one, have a passion for this business and for helping other people. I know what it's like to not have anybody in your corner and to not feel believed in and to not be encouraged. And that's the role I play in this business, is that I want to believe in other people when they don't believe in themselves. I want to encourage other people when there's no one else in their corner doing that. I want to help them along in their health and fitness journey. I want to be their cheerleader. That's what this business means to me. That is the calling that God has in my life, and this is an avenue He presented to me to be able to do that. I totally just lost my train of thought. I'm sorry, guys. So you want to make sure, that you're being yourself. So when I'm talking about new coaches, I usually post a picture of my kids or me with my kids because they're my why. That's why I do it. Or me and Jamie, because that is why I do it. I share that. It's not a picture of my income. I don't talk about my income a lot for that reason, because that's not really the reason why I'm doing it. And I want to click with other moms that it's the same thing. It's more of a heart journey than it is a financial journey for them. But create your own pictures. There are many great apps on your phone that you can use. Canva, Pick, Play, Post, PhotoFi, Rona, WordSwag. Those are a few that I can think of. There's so many more. On your computer, there is PicMonkey. Canva also has a program on there. So many options for you to create it. So if you see a quote that resonates with you, don't use that picture necessarily that you saw. Don't Google pictures and use those because the quality of them goes down. Every time somebody saves it, the quality goes down. Take a minute to create your own. Open up Canva. You can copy and paste the quote in there. Again, make sure you give props to where props are due. But boom, you've just created something. When I do my post from social media or from my personal development in the morning, I use the same background. So it's the same thing. It's a background that kind of goes along with my brand, with the color scheme and what speaks of me. If you look at my website, you'll see that. And then go to my like page or my Instagram, and you'll see that I'm kind of combining those themes. And so it makes it easy. I just have to go into Recents, pull that up, put in my wording, and boom, I'm done. It's ready to share in just a matter of a few minutes, and then create that post. I said that we wanted to post 3 to 5 times a day. Timing is important, and not everybody's timing is the same. I'm up at 5 o'clock in the morning, but other moms that I'm trying to reach out to are not necessarily up at 9 o'clock in the morning. So my best time to reach them is between 7:30 and 8 in the morning. And then I hit lunchtime, and then in the evening, 6, 7, 8 in that area, I can post a few times and have really good responses because they're busy. They're either at a job or they're out with the other things they're working with, whether it's their kids or their spouse or their charities or the school. They're busy doing those things. And so I learned that through trial and error. You post and you pay attention. At what times do I get the most traction? So take the time to invest. Once you create a Facebook like page, they also have amazing insights that literally you can go and see when your people are on every day of the week. What are the top times that they're on? It makes it easy. So is it an investment of your time to figure it out? Absolutely. Is it worth it? 110%, you guys. There are so many different social media outlets that you can choose from. We have Facebook, there's our personal page, and you can create a like page, which we're going to hit on in another training here soon in this group. You have Instagram, Twitter, there is now Snapchat. There are coaches that use Musical.ly. You can blog, you can create a website, so many avenues. I'm not going to go into them because I'm sure most of you know, but do some research. Don't dive into all of those because you're going to be a hot mess if you're trying to be on all of those platforms at one time. Pick 1 or 2 that you want to master. Also, don't be afraid to try something new because I know that, for Snapchat, I'll talk about that one. It makes me feel kind of silly. I don't really know why. But I know that if I don't try it, it's probably something that'll hold me back from my business. So make sure you're making choices that push you out of your comfort zone because pushing yourself out of your comfort zone equals growth. So take some time to investigate all the different outlets, check them out, play around with them, and pick a few of them that you want to master and then go for it. Be consistent, be yourself, have fun. Make sure that you are inviting people along your journey, inviting people to join you in your groups, inviting people to join you in the coaching opportunity, to the webinars, to the sneak peeks. Always have something to invite people to. I create a monthly marketing plan to do that, and I'll upload a picture of it for you. And so I know, hey, here's when new coach training starts. Here's when my free group is. Here's when my 21-day group is. Here is when the webinar, the live What is Coaching webinar is. Here's when the sneak peek is. And I kind of gear my posts for what's coming up so that I have something to invite those people to. There's organization to the madness that is coaching. And when you do it that way, then people are going to follow along. You're more likely to have people respond. So I will post a picture of that because I really feel like that's important. And I think we talk about that with time management. That might have been yesterday that Jen did that. But I'll just post a picture of mine so you know what it looks like. So I hope this helps. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask. Comment below. I will answer those questions for you. That is what we're here for. There's no question that's too big or too small. So you guys rock this training. Listen, learn, implement, and more importantly, be yourself. Talk to you soon.